When life gives you an orange lemon.
You create a spooky podcast. Woo. Hi
Where are your
everyone.
ghosts? Where are your ghosts?
There's somewhere. We still need a Ghostbuster here. Hi everyone. So for those of you guys listening on Anchor, this is our first time we're actually filming like through Zoom, so you can see us. We created a YouTube channel. It should be, well, we haven't created it yet, but it should be called Lemon Talk Podcast. We're going to be creating it very soon, and now you're going to start seeing our faces. So if we refer to something like through seeing each other at the camera, it's probably because we're on Zoom. So if you're listening on Anchor, maybe you want to watch it on YouTube, maybe you want to see our faces, our reactions. So go check it out.
Well, thank you guys. Now I have to actually get ready. You know how many days I've literally. I can't even finish that sentence anymore. Nice shades. No shade, no game.
Thank you.
As you can tell, we're in our lemon tart ish gear. We're wearing yellow. I have some flowers.
I almost knocked over something here on my table.
What's that?
All right, so
And
any announcements for before we start the podcast?
of course we do. If you guys don't follow us on Instagram at Lemon Talk Podcast, what are you doing? If you've been here for what, 8 episodes already? Follow us at Lemon Talk Podcast on Instagram. So if you guys don't know, we actually in our last post there, we actually mentioned that we are taking requests of stories. Why are you laughing?
Okay, I'm laughing because we decided to do this recording through Zoom. So we really don't need a microphone. But Dulce is pretending to talk on a microphone even though it's not on.
It is on. Look.
But it's not recording any audio.
Well, hopefully it sounds better though. If
Okay.
it doesn't, it still looks kind of cool. You should join the club.
Okay, continue.
Well, before Joanna rudely interrupted me. So we're actually taking in requests. It's the spooky season, as you can tell by our intro, literally. We wanted you guys to be a part of it, and we want to tell, we want to get spooky here. We want to read real or fictional stories that you guys have lived or created. And we're going to read them here. I mean, I guess live now with like Zoom. We're going to have our spooky backgrounds and stuff, hopefully. Joanna, go buy spooky backgrounds. Remind me later. And yeah, we really want to get into the mood of the spooky season. This is our first kind of like big holiday while doing this podcast. We kind of want to make it special. So that's why we wanted you guys to be a part of it. So if you guys have any spooky stories you guys want to submit, the deadline is October 23rd. And you can also email us or DM us. Our email is lemontalk. I literally almost forgot my email. It's lemontalkpodcast@gmail.com. And then you can DM us the story instead if you guys want to on Instagram at Lemon Talk Podcast. And that's basically everything.
Yeah, that's
Am I
our
missing anything?
Nope, that's our one big announcement. Hopefully, you guys participate. And now let's get on to the podcast where Dulce has our quote of the day today.
So the quote that I decided to go for, I kind of feel like just relates to like basically every single quote that we've been saying on this podcast, but I think it's kind of special in a way. It's make every day a little less ordinary. And I feel like people, like I know, especially for growing up, this kind of leads into something that we want to talk about in the future, but we're basically growing up. and we're kind of being more serious about life and what we want to do and stuff, that we're trying to kind of, I don't know, we're trying to be more not strict, but more like sophisticated and more like ordinary in a way, that we're trying to just fit in and trying to just live our lives. But I feel like it's also important to enjoy our hobbies and enjoy the things that make us happy, which is why you should make every day a little bit less ordinary, because it's special.
For me, it's just like my thinking.
She needs to think about this one. Give her a minute.
It's just to emphasize to enjoy the everyday that you live and don't be afraid to take risks. Don't stick to what is like supposed to be the plan of life.
Yeah, I think that's actually kind of on point when it's talking about risk taking here, because I'm a very insecure person. I can't risk take for anything. So I needed to hear that. Thank you, Joanna. This leads us into our next segment. Joanna.
Okay, next segment is the versus segment. If you listen to our last podcast, you know we're gonna be every podcast for the versus segment. We're gonna be going in chronological order, talking about our Halloween costumes, starting off with 2014. So last podcast we did 2014. Now we're doing 2015. And don't worry, I remember what my Halloween costume was for this one.
Okay, you start off because I need to think about this. I'm still getting my years confused. So maybe if you tell me what you were, I might understand which one I was.
All right, for 2015, I was, well, both of us were in 7th grade, and I was a soccer player or a zombie soccer player. So during this time, I was really into soccer. I played soccer from 6th grade all the way to the 10th grade in high school. And but 7th grade was really when my interest in soccer really peaked. So I decided that I wanted to be a soccer player. The soccer player that I really liked watching was Carly Lloyd. She plays for the U.S. women's soccer team. So I decided to be her. I didn't have the actual like uniform. It was like a fake one that I bought off the Pacific. If you know us, you know what the Pacific is, and just bought it off of there.
It's a cool place where cool kids hang out after school.
Yes. And so yeah, I put on that uniform, and then I put my hair in a bun because she wears hers in a bun. Yeah, that's what I wore during the school day for the after school program. And then after school for like with my family, my dad did like some tissue paper stuff, like where you put like tissue paper and I don't know what else. You've tried it before. Why are you making that face? You've tried it before. They did it to your
Oh,
face.
oh yeah. Wait, I actually have a picture of it. Do you have a picture of it?
I don't think I have a picture of it, but
We should post that. We'll try to post it on our story.
yeah.
What she's talking about.
Yeah, it's basically just tissue paper and I don't know what you put. I don't remember what you put again to make it stick. And you rip it and you put like some fake blood in it. I didn't actually look like a zombie, but I tried. And that was my costume.
I mean, it was like what she's talking about. It was like to make some sort of like gruesome little like thing, like a scar thing. I think it was. I have my picture. I actually have it on my Instagram, so I'll just repost it there. But okay. You said 7th grade, so I know what I was for 7th grade. I think I mentioned this in last podcast. I said that a popular costume that was around that time was like Katniss Everdeen, and this is funny because this is leading up to our next topic. But basically, I posted a Triller yesterday with the braid, and Joanna was like, she's back. And it's because I was like literally I feel like my braids were my thing all throughout middle school. There was not a day that I did not have a braid on. And that's where my obsession came from. It came from Katniss Everdeen, which is why I had a braid all the time. So I was Katniss, like Joanna mentioned. I did not go buy an actual costume. I literally just looked at an image of Katniss and I was like, okay, she wears this, that. Okay, I just need to go find these pieces. And let me tell you, it was a hassle to find the bottoms. I couldn't find green bottoms. I was like, what? So I think last minute I substituted them, but I actually ended up getting a little toy bow and arrow thing, so I wouldn't actually physically hurt anyone. But I think I couldn't even like bring it throughout the day at school because it was considered a weapon. So after school, I was like shooting those arrows everywhere.
And when she says that braids were her thing, they were her thing because I remember one thing that Dulce told me one time.
Wait, what is
I don't
it?
know if you want me to share it.
It's embarrassing.
I mean, it's like funny with like you said it to me. Like it's funny. It's funny, but I don't know if you want me to say it.
Okay, say it. But like, okay, say it.
So in middle school, braids were Dulce's thing. And it's like the Candace Everything one, obviously, where it just goes down one side. Dulce's
I should
always
have
had
worn
like
it.
Dulce's always had like long hair, and especially in middle school. And my hair was always like more shorter. So one day, since middle school, I've always liked playing around with my hair and going with different hairstyles. So one day I decided to do like that braid that Dulce does. And we were standing outside the school because Dulce and I would arrive earlier, like before the school actually opened, and we were just talking. And I think I said something like, "Oh look, we're like matching hairstyles, like we have the same hairstyle." Or I said something joking like, "Oh, you copied me," and Dulce, braids being her thing, was like, "Well, I always wear this hairstyle, so you copied me." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay. Okay. So basically, Joanna, I mean, it sounds like me in middle school. Like, I won't lie. Like, I can't lie. You already exposed me. It's okay to put it on online, though, right? um, no, but Joanna was like genuinely really into experimenting with her hair in 7th grade. I don't know why. You just went through that phase.
I've always loved experimenting with my hair. Like I've always been really interested in learning different hairstyles. That's why I did this hairstyle today, because I wanted to try something.
Literally, Joanna was like, I figure out how to do the Zoom thing. Do you want to do it today? And I was like, oh my God, thank God I showered today. and then and then she's like, literally 3 minutes before our like scheduled time to do this, she's like, oh, don't forget to wear yellow. And I was like, Joanna, how am I gonna wear jet? You're literally telling me this like 3 minutes before. And then I was like, oh, I looked down at my outfit and I'm like, oh, I'm coincidentally already wearing yellow, so I'm fine. I'm chilling. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's that. But yeah, that is our 2015 costumes. We were in 7th grade. A lot of things happened in 7th grade. Maybe someday we'll open up about those days, but maybe not today for sure. Now we're leading in. Oh, well, do you have any final words to say?
Nope. Pretty
She
much.
spoke her truth.
Actually, I do have one thing. Do not wear a braid around Dulce. Because she will claim that it's hers.
Roar. I will attack.
I learned my lessons after that, and never again did I wear that side braid to school.
Here it is. Look at that. Oh, look at that braid. Oh, she came back.
That's the braid right there.
That's the braid. Um, she learned her lesson, I guess. I don't know what to respond to that. No comment.
Yeah, but those are my final words. And now let's get on to Lemon Talk, which is going to be talking about high school campaigns.
Aren't we skipping relatable?
Oh, yeah, huh?
Like, wait, what do you mean Lemon Talk already?
No wonder in my head I was like, damn, this is so short.
Okay, so like Joanna forgot a little bit. We're doing a relatable segment, and we were gonna keep that theme with what was popular in 2015. Kind of bringing a little nostalgia to our life. But it's just we were like, I don't know, we weren't vibing with that idea, so we decided that something that has been popular or kind of popping right now, which is relatable, hence the name, um, is this app called Triller. And we're keeping that theme of staying in middle school because Joanna explained.
So if you guys haven't heard of the app Triller, it's like, I think right now it's its biggest competitor to TikTok. Since the whole thing going on with TikTok not knowing it's gonna go bad, a lot of TikTokers are going over to Triller. Now Triller was actually popular when we were in middle school before TikTok. I
We're
think
the
during that
OGs.
time, yeah, I think that time it was probably still Musically when Triller was famous. And so Dulce, I never had, no, I did get the app, but Dulce had it first, Triller. And after school, we would create Trillers. Like we just pick random songs and we just be like this, like doing random
We're
dance.
just like dabbing on those haters right there.
Yeah, so we did that in middle school, and then the app disappeared. Like I tried re-downloading it one time and it said it couldn't let me. And now it's back. And we're back on the app as well.
Okay, well, you convinced me to get it.
Yes, so I signed up as soon as I found out that Triller came back because I was like, oh, the app from middle school? I was like, what?
It's here? And then I mean, at first I was like, what do you mean? What's Triller? I literally forgot about the app. Like, I had no idea of what it was. And then she's like, it's the one that we used to do. And I was like, oh, like the one with like the funny videos of the after school thing. Because she used to be my videographer back then. She was getting all my angles, but all my bad ones. I'm just kidding. And basically she's like, you need to get it, like you need to get it before it becomes popular, like you should get it, right? Like it's gonna be fun, like it's right now, it's popping, it's getting started, and it'll bring us back to our roots basically. And then maybe me was like, I don't have the guts to post anything anywhere, hence the idea of me not ever creating a YouTube channel or me ever posting anything else again. And so basically, she kept on telling me, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll download it. And so I downloaded it, but I never posted anything. And I just really wasn't vibing with the app at first. I was just like, I don't like the layout of it. It's so different from like the middle school things, clearly, because it's been like, what, 5 years? But I absolutely started to kind of fall in love with it once I started seeing Joanna post more. Anyways, so basically, I started posting more. Um, and I don't know, I don't know how you see it, but I like it. It's like a thrilling, get it, thriller, like a thrill, like it's just kind of like a fun thing to do because it's like, even though I suck at a lot of things, I can make it look cool and hopefully get views in a good way, right? Because it's like a community of creators, right? It's something that people do because they enjoy doing that. Joanna wants to be an amazing dancer, and she has been an amazing dancer, just like us. I can dance. Although this kind of leads us to our next point or our next one, but basically, I'm just gonna sum it up really quick. I lost the bet, and so now I have to do one. So, and she picks a song and chooses a dance. So, go easy on me.
Yeah, so yeah, basically we're back on Triller, back to our middle school days. And with that, we're gonna transition now, this time, yes, to Lemon Talk. we're gonna transition into Lemon Talk, and we're gonna be talking about high school campaigns. So
Miss President here.
you just spoiled it.
Well, they were gonna know either way.
Okay,
Because
so
I posted it on my story, so I'm sorry.
okay, so basically, my school just had our campaign and election for class positions this past week, and right, I think so. Yeah, so at my school, how it works, you fill out an application, and then the teacher reviews it, checks if your grades are good. Then you're allowed to campaign. Since we're virtual right now, it was just campaigning through social media, and we had to create a campaign video, which was shown to all the seniors, and from there they vote. So I created my video. I did a Netflix themed one, so you can share your thoughts on it right now. And yeah, and then they ended up voting, and I won. So if anyone from my school that's watching this right now, thank you for voting for me, and I'm excited for what we're gonna accomplish this year.
Um, so I mean, I'm okay. I was just really proud of Joanna for doing that. I mean, she wanted to do it since last year. She ended up being vice president last year. And so this was kind of like a big moment for her, is like slowly building onto this moment. And so basically, what she told me, it's funny because I feel like I lived that moment with you, even though I wasn't with you. um, I think it was funny because she's like, look, I had this idea, and so she showed me something similar to what she was planning, and she's like, I want to do this, and that, and I was like, Joanna, like, there's no way you're not winning this. First of all, her personality, her characteristics as a person is exactly what a president is or should be. I really felt like she just, once she does something, she puts like her 100% into it. Her personality, she's really kind, she's very loving, but she's also really demanding and like fighting for the people in that sense. She's ready to fight. She's like throwing punches already. Um, and so basically, when she told me, and I was just in general proud of her, right? Um, I know this was like something important to her. So basically, she filmed everything within like what, a couple like 1 or 2 days, and edited everything in within that same time zone within that time limit. And I was like, Joanna, what the chicken nuggets? How did you like film, edit, and record this? Like, that's dedication. And so basically, she did it. She was struggling with the time a little because like her school was limiting the time of each campaign video, which kind of sucked because I feel like Joanna would have done a lot more for the video, but she just wasn't able to. And so she showed me the final results. We talked about it, where she's like, what should I cut down? What are we doing? And we finally finished it, and it came out really, really well. So hopefully she does a YouTube video about it where people can see it.
Maybe I'm thinking about posting it. I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe we'll get it, and maybe we should share it with you guys. But and then I mean, now this is like, I'm gonna go back to you so then I can get my thoughts because you were also sharing this moment with me. But how did you feel throughout the elections, like, or throughout like the showing of the videos? Like, what was your feeling?
When it was time to show the videos, I was freaking out. I recorded myself. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna post that as a YouTube video because it's kind of embarrassing. But basically, I was like, oh my gosh, that's my video. I was like, oh, I was like this the whole time. I was like moving back and forth. I was like, that's my video. Yeah, so my reactions were just that, like, I was just like that the whole time. I was like, when I recorded myself and I look back at the recording, I had a lot of emotions. At what point, I can't even speak no more. At one point, I was
She
like,
lost the ability to speak.
At one point, I was like smiling. I was like, "Oh, my video!" And another time, I was like, "Oh no, this part is embarrassing." Another time, I was like, "Oh, that video." A lot of emotions.
Something that you forgot to kind of mention was that beforehand, before this whole campaign thing, during like the video process, I think I was like, she was like self-doubting herself, and I was like, no, you're gonna win this. And so she's like, but this and that, and I was like, no, if you win this, then I'm gonna let you choose my Triller dancing first video ever thing. I don't dance, and that's not quoting just High School Musical. Like, I just generally don't dance. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so on Triller, both of us post on Triller. I post more like dancing content, mainly because I just like to dance. I want to learn how to dance. So I'm like, oh, I'll just post it either way. But Dulce posts more like music content. Like she's like more the lip syncing. And I tell her, you have to like, you should do dancing ones. And she said, no, I don't know how to dance. And I didn't tell her. She decided this by herself.
I
And
wanted her to get motivated. I knew this was gonna motivate her. This is like her dream come true here. Forget about Disneyland.
yeah, so she basically told me if you win the campaign, then I get to pick a song, any song that I want for her to dance to. Obviously, the dance is already choreographed, so she has to learn it and then post it on Triller. So I still haven't decided what dance. I'll probably decide after this episode comes out. We'll create a poll or like a little chat box on Instagram. So make sure you follow us and you let us know what dance do you think I should give Dulce to learn and post.
Don't attack me, guys. Be nice. What have I done? Okay, just one thing. I told her, hey, you copied my braids, and that was it. And this is what I get. Oh, okay. Now this is like, so they know that you won, but how did you find out, or how did you feel? Because well, how I found out was really funny, and I'll explain it.
Okay, so they originally they showed the videos on a Tuesday, students voted on a Thursday, and we found out on Friday. Originally, they said that we were going to have a live Zoom session, and then on the live Zoom session, they were going to tell everyone at the same time, the students and candidates, who won. So I was expecting that after my first class to go into that Zoom, but then they got a on our school website. It said there's going to be no Zoom. So I was like, okay, that's weird. Maybe they uploaded on YouTube because our school has a YouTube channel. I didn't see anything. And then I was like, okay, maybe they messaged the winners separately. Again, I didn't see a message. So I was like, okay, it's one of two things. Either they haven't released the results yet, or they messaged like the winners privately and I just didn't win. So I was just like, okay, so I just went and just went on with my day. And I had like a break, a 10-minute break, and I was on my phone, just going through social media. And then I get a text from my friend saying, congratulations, Miss President. And I was just like, huh?
That's how you found out.
Yeah, I was like, what? I was like, first of all, I was like, how did you find out? Because I tried looking for the wherever they showed it and I didn't find it. And then he
That's
told me it was on the
funny.
YouTube page. So I guess I didn't look at the correct YouTube page or something because it was on YouTube and that's where they did say it. And I was like, oh, so I didn't really even know how to react because I was just on my phone and like, congratulations, Miss President. And I was like, what?
Oh my god. Okay. Me. Oh my god, this is gonna be funny. Ready, guys? Hold on to your hats because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. So I think I was like in my second block. Oh yeah, I was in my second block and I just finished. So we had to do like it's like a community circle. So I just finished my turn when she calls me, or no, she voice memos me. She's like, um, no, she texted me. Sorry, I'm like getting like we do so many different types of communication, but she texts me on regular text messages. She's like, here, when you have the chance, look at this, and she sends me the link, and um I don't even care I was in the middle of class. I was like, I'm clicking this right now. Like, I know what this is. So I click it, and then I just kept on like skipping through, and I skipped through like the first announcement that he was saying, and then I went through like the first category, but I actually accidentally skipped that this was like the ninth grade winners for the class. So when I heard like, oh, president is this, I was like, oh my god, like Joanna didn't win. And I was so sad. And I was like, oh my god, like I hyped her up this whole time, like I'm such a bad friend, like a lot of things were going through my mind. And so then my mom knew, and because I told her that you sent me the thing, and my mom was like looking at me like, ¿Qué pasó? And I'm like, Mom, Joanna didn't win. And she's like, what do you mean she didn't win? I'm like, look. And I just repeat that part. And then I sent Joanna a voice memo, and I'm like, Joanna, I'm so sorry, Joanna. Like you didn't win. Like, and then and then she voice memos me back, and she's like, did you see the whole video? And I was like, I still have hope. So I go through the whole video, and I realize that it's going by grade. So then I have to go to the last grade.
Yeah, so just to
And that's when they
clarify,
announced.
sorry, just to clarify, so it's one video that our principal uploaded on our school YouTube channel, and in that one video, he announces the winners for all grades. So he starts off with 9, then 10th, 11th, 12th. So you basically have to get to the end of the video to find out the 12th grade winners. But Dulce just watched the first part of it, and she found out the 9th grade winners. So she thought I hadn't won, but she was just listening to the wrong one.
So basically, well, I assumed it was going to be like, oh, 12, 11, 10, 9, because that's the way that my school would do it, even though that sounds kind of weird. So that's why I was like, like that. And then she voice memos me back. And then she's like, no, like read it through. And so I did. And she won. And I was like, yay, she won. And then I told my mom, and she's like, no que perdió. And I was like, oh, I was just dumb. And then she's like, oh, okay, that explains a lot. And I was like, oh, that's messed up. But no, she loves my mom loves me, I think. But it was just like it was a funny moment to look back on, because what was your reaction to that?
I was just like, wait, you can't see my facial expressions. I was just like, what is she saying? Like, she obviously didn't listen to everything. And then that's when I sent her the voice memo. I was like, Dulce, did you watch the whole thing? Like, the 12th grade announcement is at the end. Like, I think you listened to the wrong one.
Which is what happened.
Okay. So that wraps up Lemon Talk and pretty much our podcast. Just to recap, guys, don't forget to submit your stories if you like, your spooky stories, so we could say it in one of our future podcasts. We'll give you credit for it, of course, because we know you guys work hard on that stuff. And thank you guys for listening so much. Don't forget to follow our Instagram. Dulce, any announcements before we end this?
Nope, I think you said it perfectly. Don't, like I said, the deadline is October 3rd. I can't even talk anymore. The deadline is October 23rd, so make sure you guys just submit it by then. In both ways, email us or DM us. Just going to repeat it one more time. Email is lemontalkpodcast@gmail.com, and then for DM is on Instagram at lemontalkpodcast. So yeah, and we will be giving credit, like Joanna mentioned. Don't worry, we do appreciate your art that you guys will create or your experience. We value and treasure it. But I think that wraps up this first video.
Yes.
This video Lemon Talk podcast thing. This is weird because like I'm not used to looking at my camera. I don't know if you guys can tell throughout the whole video I was like this. Like I don't know why, but
Same.
like yeah, I was.
I was like looking up, looking down, like I was looking everywhere.
So this was really fun. Hopefully it comes out great. We're getting the hang of it. So don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with a lot of your friends, because shade no game. A lot of exciting things are coming this Spooktober. So make sure to just stay tuned with us. Follow us on anywhere you listen to your podcast, basically at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, so many other places where you can listen to podcasts. And here on YouTube, because it's going to be an exciting adventure. So thank you guys for staying tuned into this week's podcast. We're super excited. Love you guys so much. And yeah,
Thank you guys. Bye.
peace.